Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Terry Luker with DealTalk, and I wanted to just get with you this morning for just a few minutes, and I want to talk about why I'm so excited about the Commercial Loan Brokers Academy. You know, our company has been in business for about 12 years now, and we have evolved from the very beginning of what we really thought the alternative capital solutions and what our companies would look like. If you had told me back in 2013, exactly what our company would look like today, I would have said, man, there's no way. I don't want all that work. I don't want all those employees. But here we are, almost 12 years later, and it's really just evolved. So I want to tell you a little bit about how it happened and why we did it that way and why we started the Commercial Loan Broker Academy and why I think it's so important for you today in these times. I'm getting calls weekly from lending partners, including banks, that are looking for deals, that are saying, hey, we've got all this cash now because we've been sitting on the sidelines and we need some quality deals. So it's really been a blessing right now to be a commercial loan broker. So right now is the best time that I've seen in a long time to be a commercial loan broker. So I want to go back to 2013, and in September we started this company. It was Ken Collins and myself, started what was known as Alternative Cash Solutions back then. Later we changed the name to Alternative Capital Solutions because of we did a little survey our business coach did, and he thought that the Alternative Cash Solutions made us sound like a check cashing company. So names are important when you're picking a name for your business. So we went to a training school back in December of 2013. When we got out of that school, I got back home here to Nashville, Franklin, Tennessee, and I sat down and I just took it all in. And I was just a little bit overwhelmed because what I realized is this while I was in the school, and man, they were feeding us from a fire hose. I mean, it was just all you could take in, is what you were getting. Great school, but, had a really, really high failure rate. We found out later. So we're one of the fortunate ones, one of the people that were blessed to be able to build a company that's lasted longer than 10 years now. And so as I sat there and pondered, I realized that I had three things that I had to do. Number one, I had to go find clients, and I could either, knock on doors, or I could, pay for money and do leads and things like that. The second thing that I had to do is once I found those clients, I had to go find lending partners that would lend money to those clients. I had to build my lender base, if you will. And so, that in itself is overwhelming. And then the third thing that I had to do is, because I'd never done it before, is I had to learn how to package deals. I had to learn how to package a deal for, that was an SBA deal. I had to learn to package a deal that was a regular bank deal. I even had to learn how to package a deal that was for a CMBS loan. You talk about a tedious time, man, it was tough learning all those things. And so, years later, we started the company, like I said, in September of 13. In April of 2015, I made one of the wisest decisions I ever made. I hired who is now our chief credit officer, Micah Cedor. It took me 4 months of interviewing her because I was scared to death. She was going to be my first full-time employee, and then I knew I was going to be responsible for her salary and her family, and so that was a scary time for me. But I finally did it when one of my friends said, you're stepping over $1 to pick up a nickel, hire her and you'll double your income. And that's what we did. We doubled our income year over year. But during that process, one of the things that I came to realize is that there was no roadmap. There was nobody that could sit there and tell me, hey, Terry, this is how you build a commercial loan broker business. There was nobody, because it had never really been done to the extent that we wanted to do it. So in 2015, my son, Jeff Luker, also came aboard with us. He's now our chief operations officer, doing a fantastic job for us. And, we met a client that had a business coach, and I'd never thought about having a business coach. And so we got to know this guy from working with this client. And so his name was Joe Martin. And so we hired him to be our business coach. And here's one of the things that Joe told me early on. He said, Terry, you don't have a roadmap. You don't have a plan of how you become a commercial loan broker because you're a trendsetter. You're out there building your company from the ground up, and there's no instruction manual. When you buy a McDonald's or you buy a Burger King or you buy a Taco Bell, you get what's called an FDD, a federal disclosure document. And what that does is it tells you all about the operations of that restaurant or that franchise that you bought. And when you start your own company, there is no FDD. There is no, here's how you do it and you build this. And so, that's what Joe had always said to us. And Joe's still with us today. He's been with us about 7 or 8 years now. And I can't imagine trying to do business without him. He comes in twice a month. And sometimes I tell people he can see the forest, amongst the trees where sometimes we can't. So he's really a huge blessing to our business. And if you're a business owner and you don't have a business coach, let me encourage you to go do that. It's money well spent. So that's one of the things Joe said to us is you're mapping what will be a successful commercial loan brokering company. And I got to thinking about that, and he's right. So I started to write notes and write the things that we struggled with, and I ended up putting it in a book, a little bit about some of the things that we struggled with, early on, what we did good and what we did bad, because they're both there. We've made a lot of mistakes on the way, but we made hiring mistakes. We tried an outside sales team. We've done everything that you can imagine. So we've paid the price of learning how to establish a commercial loan broker's business. One of my passions in life, and I tell people this all the time, go find out or figure out what you're passionate about. Then go figure out how to make money doing that passion. And we lost one of our best credit analysts. I mean, this young lady is a whiz and could have eventually been a chief credit officer if she chose to be. And we lost her because, I preach that. Go find your passion and figure out how to make money with it. Well, her passion was and is, helping people through counseling and therapy with addictions and things like that. And I know that she's doing really well because she happens to be my daughter-in-law. She's married to Jeff, and she's unbelievable and has an unbelievable practice going now. Went back to school, got her master's degree, and now she's working towards a doctorate. And we're just really proud of her. But she found her passion, and she does her passion. And so that's what I say to people: find your passion. Well, one of my passions is teaching. And one of the things I love to do is I love to talk to new brokers or people that want to be in our industry. And so, a year ago, Jeff and I are sitting around and we're talking, and an opportunity came up for us to be founders of the Commercial Loan Brokers Association. And so I said, well, if we did that, wouldn't we really want a school? And he said, yeah, we would probably need a school too. And so we have a partner, and we ended up doing both of those. And so while we were thinking about making that decision, because it was a lot, we had just bought another business that we were rolling into, our current, companies. And so it was going to be a lot. And last year was a lot with the two businesses we started and the business that we bought. And so one afternoon we're sitting around and we're talking. He and I are talking about our business and what's going on. And he looked at me and he said, your passion is teaching. And if you're ever going to get a chance to do that, now's the time. So let's go ahead and let's start the school. And so last March, the Commercial Loan Broker Academy was born. We have not had a class yet. Our first class starts this March, coming up next month, March 17th through the 21st. So let me tell you why that's so important. We took all the things that we knew if we had known when we first started our business and put it into the curriculum. So we're going to dive deep into commercial real estate. We're going to dive deep into SBA loans. We're going to dive deep into lines of credit. We're going to dive deep into how to get a finder's agreement executed. So we're really, really excited about the Commercial Loan Broker Academy. When we bought our office, we started to do the company in March. We bought our new building in June. We had been in our previous facility for 10 years, for a decade. We had been in the same building. The family that owned it sold it. The people that came in decided they were going to triple the rents. We did the math and figured we could buy our own building and come out ahead, and that's what we did. So when we bought this building, the first thing that Jeff and I looked at is we have to have a conference room that's big enough to seat 20 people. And so that's what we did. That was our main focus about buying the building. And so we bought a building and then had it reconstructed to where our conference room is huge. And if you ever get a chance to see it, I will tell you, it is lined with the Alabama football jerseys. I am a big fanatic for the Alabama football team. Our company exists because of Nick Saban and some of the things I saw, that he did. So that's another story for another day. But we built it to where it would seat 20 people, because when we started looking around to be able to make this school affordable. Our school, it does cost to come. It's $15,500, to come to our school for that week. But to make it affordable, because all the hotels wanted $15,000 for a week's a rental of their conference rooms. And so we said, well, that's crazy. We would have to charge more for the school. So let's build it in our building, and that way we can charge less for the school. So that's what we did. So as I said to you, it costs $15,500 to come to our school. Here's the difference. When Ken and I came out of school, there are three things we knew we had to do. And I'm repeating myself here for you. One is we had to go find clients. The second thing is we had to go find lenders to fund those clients. And the third thing that we had to do is we had to learn to package our deals for those lenders with that client's information. Well, when you come to our school, we're going to make it a little bit easier than that. We're going to take two of those steps away so you can focus on finding your clients. So for the first year, we want you to work with our team. We want you to work with our credit office, with our back office. They're going to gather docs for you. They're going to work side by side with you for your client to get all their information. They're going to underwrite that loan for you. And then we're going to present that loan to our current lenders that we've built over the last 12 years. So you don't have to learn to underwrite and process a deal right out of the gate. We want you to learn that. That's why we want you to work with us for that year, so you can understand and learn how to underwrite a deal, how to present a deal to a lender. Then you're going to get access to our lender base. You're going to get to know the lender base that we've built over the last 12 years, and you're going to get the benefit of working with us to meet those lenders and do business with them. So what does that mean you have to do? You come to our school, you have to go out and you have to find clients. Once you find clients, we're going to walk beside you and help you all the way through the process of getting that deal funded and you making a commission. When we started our business, it took Ken and I 6 months before we got our first commission. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how many days we wanted to give up? How many times we thought we needed to quit? And I tell this story to some people, that are in my circle. There was an automotive group that I really loved a lot. The guy that ran it is somebody who I've always respected and just thought the world of him. And he had called me and he said, we're looking for somebody to run one of our Nissan stores. Do you know anybody? And flippantly, I said, what about me? And he goes, yeah, I'd love to hire you, but you're doing your business. And I said, well, I might be interested. So I go down and spend time with them and all, and initially accepted the job. And that night I couldn't sleep. I didn't have peace about it. And I had to go back in the next morning and say, I can't do this. I'm supposed to keep doing what I'm doing. And the very next month, I funded my first CMBS deal. Our commission was $142,000, and we were off and running after that. So all I'm going to say to you is it took Ken and I 6 months to fund our first deal. We didn't have a back office. We didn't know how to package deals when we started, and we didn't have any clients. I knocked on banks. I knocked on over 200 banks and tried to meet them, have lunch with them, bought them dinner, bought them coffee, whatever it took to build to where they would be comfortable with sending me their turn downs. And that's how I built our business. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is go find clients. We're going to help you with the rest. So we really think that the Commercial Loan Broker Academy is a huge event for those that want to learn how to do the commercial loan brokering business. We have a roadmap for you. We've been through it. We're still go through it every single day. We can talk you through why it's so important to have a finder's agreement. And if you don't have a finder's agreement with a client, why you should walk away. Okay? Because if you don't have a finder's agreement with your client, that client's not engaged with you. That client can go anywhere. You can do all that work and never make any money. And at the end of the day, it's about making money and taking care of your family and then taking care of your clients as well. So we think it's really important. We think we could really help you build your business. And listen, if you're a commercial loan broker out there and you've been struggling and your business is not where you want it to be, now's the time for you to invest in yourself and let us help you get your business where it needs to be. So even if you've never been a commercial loan broker and you want a new thing, the Commercial Loan Broker Academy is for you. If you're a commercial loan broker, but you've really struggled, maybe you didn't go to a great school, maybe that school's not walking beside you every day and not, helping you underwrite deals and helping you place those deals for funding. Maybe they're not doing that for you. That's what we're for. You could come to our school as well and be a part of it. So really excited about the Commercial Loan Broker Academy. Can't wait to get started. I think the curriculum is amazing. We have spent many, many hours writing the curriculum and have it ready to go. And we are really, really excited to launch the Commercial Loan Broker Academy on March the 17th. So don't miss your chance to be a part of it. It's the Commercial Loan Broker Academy. So this has been Terry Luker with Deal Talk. Just wanted to spend some time with you. Have a great day today.